Hello, Ogres, and welcome to episode 181. Thank you for joining us as always on this sharpened Thursday evening, Earth date January 24th, 2019. I'm your host, Remington Hitchcock. With me, as always, is my co host, Brandon Full. Say hello, Brandon.
Hello, Remington. Hello, Internet. Look at me projecting.
I just told Brandon that he doesn't project very well, so now he's like, look at me, I'm Brandon, I'm projecting. He's like, I'll show you wrong, you fat piece of shit.
I heard such a great insult today, and I totally forgot what it was.
Oh, no.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
It was like piece of shit.
Yeah.
It was just something like that.
Fat sack of fat. Hey, chillin', what's up? Mongoose, how's it going?
Oh, hey. That's the person I told to join on.
Oh, dropping the biddies. Thank you so much. That's a good way to start a stream. Thanks, chillin'.
I don't know what that means.
Biddies are cents.
Okay.
He's throwing pennies at me.
Okay.
Like
Makes
a
sense.
fine hooker.
Okay.
Or a stripper.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Stripper, hooker, same thing.
I don't think they are.
Well, I mean, sometimes they are.
They can be.
They can
Good
be.
point.
Yeah.
It's like how
That's just diversification.
it's like how all rectangles are squares, but not all squares are rectangles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But sexual.
Brandon thinking real hard about that.
I'm lost on that one.
A rectangle doesn't have to have equal lengths, but a square does.
Mm-hmm.
but a square can still be a rectangle because a rectangle can have equal
I think Brandon.exe has stopped working.
Yeah,
lengths.
I'm lost.
So also with us today, if you haven't noticed, we have a third.
Hi.
This is Bucky.
Hi.
If you haven't met Bucky before, you're not missing anything.
You're really not.
Welcome to the show, Bucky.
It's so hard
Yay.
to do with a straight face. Bucky's one of those guys that you like being mean to, but you feel bad immediately afterward.
That's a recent development in my life.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because when I was younger, people were just always mean to me and didn't care.
Oh, well, I like you.
Someone finally said it.
Remember, Bucky, orbit the mic, lower the
No.
pop shield so
I'm
your
gonna
face is
I'm gonna
on
sit like
camera
this.
and have fun.
I'm gonna sit like this the entire stream.
Oh, Steve's excited to see you. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Bucky, sit up.
No.
Sit up, fucker.
No, my face is ugly today.
Do it or you're never coming on again.
Okay.
This is how you get guests on a podcast.
Yeah.
You force them.
Orbit the mic.
Orbit the mic. I mean, you see me doing it, whether you realize it or not.
Am I doing it
I'm
right?
talking into the microphone. I'm
Yeah.
pointing my mouth into it.
Am
I
I
do
doing
that.
it right?
Yeah, you do.
No, you're doing terribly at it.
Okay.
Does
You're
it
like shimmying the mic.
need- Yeah. This is- Wait, how does the song go? What? What is that so amusing?
The Epic Sax Guy song?
No.
You just started.
Because when you did that, that's all that popped into my head.
You just started shaking your head. I have no clue what the fuck you guys are talking about at all.
You don't know who the Epic Sax Guy is?
Oh, Chillin just gifted a sub to your friend.
Aw, cool.
Oh, thanks, Chillin. Jeez.
She's
Feeling the
probably
love
never
today.
gonna watch this again.
It's true. That's fine, though.
She only watched
Because-
because I told her to.
Because now she can drop the emote, the little ogre head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mongoose, drop an ogre head for us.
Hi.
There we go.
Yeah.
Just the big ogre heads.
There we go. There it is.
Yeah.
So what the hell was I doing? Bucky, you're here with us today.
Yes, I am.
You requested to come on, and I said, I guess.
Yeah. I
So
was talking to Brandon about it. He was like, I don't know. Ask Rem.
we're very non-committal here at Dueling Ogres.
And I was just like,
Mm.
okay. And then I asked you, and then had to
Thank you.
wait like 24 hours for a response.
I got busy.
It's okay. It was a Wednesday, and you were at school, so.
Yeah,
Or-
exactly.
No, it was Tuesday.
That's pretty much talking to Remington now. Is you got to wait 24 hours to get a response from him. for most
Sometimes you
things.
do, yeah.
I'm
A
used to
lot of
that with some
times-
my friends.
A lot of times I will look at it, but I don't have
Yeah,
the
you
time.
looked. I saw you look
Yeah.
at it.
But I don't have the time to actually respond to it, and then sometimes I forget.
And then I
Meg.
just sent multiple ellipses and then a couple question marks.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then you responded.
Yeah. Sorry. Hi, Meg. How are you today?
Professional AF.
Yeah.
This is a great podcast.
This is a good podcast. This is the best podcast. Yeah, that's true. She's like famous people, so busy.
The funny thing is there's a double meaning to that for me.
Mm,
I understand, Mongoose. I
are
understand.
you famous?
No, we are mutual friends of someone who is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
So-
yeah, but I'm not a dick.
Well,
I'm not. You're right, Meg. I'm not.
Oh, hey, when you introduced me, you didn't call the undeniably insert something here.
Oh, that's true. I didn't.
Yeah,
This is Bucky, the undeniably adorable.
that was the last time.
Was
I thought
it?
you were changing it up. The first time was the undeniably annoying. The second time was the undeniably adorable.
Oh,
Yeah,
is,
I'm
this the third
Yeah,
time?
the first time was Avengers Infinity War. The second time was just random after I got a new job. And now,
Oh,
this is again after I got a different new job.
This is Bucky, the undeniably circumcised.
maybe. You don't have to. You don't have to confirm or deny anything.
Leave the audience in suspense.
Mongoose, I'm sorry I told you to watch this.
Give him the old razzle dazzle.
There you go.
Bucky the Blacksmith.
There you go.
Bucky the Blacksmith's apprentice.
Yes.
But he is working to become a blacksmith. So why don't
Yeah.
you tell us about this new experience, Bucky?
Well,
let's get this shit show started.
Yeah,
well, the
seriously.
week after Christmas, I got fired from the job that I got the second time I was on this podcast,
Uh-huh.
which really sucked because I spent that entire check
Right.
before I got fired. So yeah. Then I got fired, which turned out to be the best thing that could have happened.
Yeah.
Because I now found a job outside a little town at a place called Smith Ironworks.
Okay.
And it's a local blacksmith shop, and he's teaching me how to do a bunch of the stuff. And I've already made a few things for a restaurant that's going up in Parkersburg on the south side.
Okay.
So
this isn't you took classes for welding,
yeah, I took classes for welding.
but this isn't really your first foyer into blacksmithing.
No, I've done some things before. I did some stuff in like a campfire when I was in high school, and then
Well, you made a shield. You made
yeah,
a
that
Captain
wasn't really
America shield.
blacksmithing though. That was more cutting out a piece of sheet metal and rolling it.
Okay.
And then welding on some terribly designed handle and arm thing.
Yeah.
Really need to change that.
Terribly designed how? Like it cuts into you as you
It
carry
doesn't cut into you. It's just really uncomfortable.
I feel you. I got you. Well, that's cool.
But yeah, so far it's super fun. I've been learning how to use this machine he has, which is like one of only 2 or 3 in the country.
What's it called?
It's a blacksmithing machine.
Oh.
I don't know what the actual machine is called.
The blacksmithing machine.
Yeah, it's a hydraulic thing. What I've been doing is it has 2 rollers that are driven by something when you push a pedal. You
Okay.
stick the hot metal in, you push the pedal, you pull it through, and then you push it back through. And it will take like a rectangular bar and flare it out into like a fishtail.
Okay.
That's what I've been doing most of recently. Because at
Okay.
that same restaurant, we're also making window guards for it.
Yeah.
So
That's cool. Huh.
but
And there's only like 3 in the country?
of that, from what my boss told me, yeah, 2 or 3 of them.
Interesting.
Yeah. Pretty fun though. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. So,
Yeah. A lot of hot but hard labor.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
You can take it however you want.
Exactly.
0. Cheers to you indeed. And cheers to us. Cheers to Bucky rolling out hot metal.
Yeah.
Ric Flair machine.
I understand that reference.
Woo! Sorry, I just had to do my Ric Flair.
I'm
Yeah,
not doing
understandable.
You have to.
Nah.
I mean, you don't have to. I don't want you to.
Okay.
Brandon, how have you been?
I've been good.
Yeah?
Yep.
Been doing anything exciting?
No, not really. I've been playing Sleeping Dogs,
Yeah?
an old game.
You're just presenting yourself today.
It's awesome.
Yeah?
Is it?
It's like a open world GTA style game set in Hong Kong. You're an undercover cop.
Oh, I think I have heard of this. It sounded vaguely familiar, but
I've
I
heard the
couldn't
name.
place
That's about it.
I may have talked about it before even.
Maybe.
You can get it on sale cheap all the time. It's definitely worth picking up.
Yeah. Old dogs?
Is it one
Sleeping
of those?
Dogs.
Sleeping dogs. Sleeping dogs. Okay.
Is it one of those games that's just like really good, but it never had enough marketing for it, so it's not all that popular?
It's I would put it at cult classic status.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sold well. It was. Have you heard of the true crime games like True Crime, Streets of L.A., Streets of New York?
No. I mean, maybe.
It was supposed to be one of the games in that genre,
Okay.
or not in that genre, in that series.
Yeah.
But they lost the title halfway through or something, so they just changed it to Sleeping Dogs.
Okay.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's an amazing game. I've been replaying it, and the wait for Kingdom Hearts 3, which comes out Tuesday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did a 2 with my hands when I said Tuesday.
Yeah. For
Comes
the
out
listeners.
Tuesday.
Or just showcasing.
I'm just still presenting myself. I'm like a baboon presenting myself to the audience. Just like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
You're just going to turn around and shake your blue ass at us
Yeah,
all.
well, it is very blue.
You might want to
Whoa.
get that checked out then.
Yeah, for sure.
It's called As Your Asshole.
As your asshole.
It's a medical condition, and I'd rather we not joke about it.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're very inclusive here.
I understand.
So Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out Tuesday. I'm
Yeah.
super stoked about it. I Googled when it came out, and I saw January 25th,
Uh-huh.
and this was Monday. So I was like, oh, January 25th, that's Friday. I can pick up my daughter after work. I can go to the mall and buy Kingdom Hearts 3 and install it, and then
And ignore
my
her
daughter
the whole week.
the whole weekend while I play Kingdom Hearts.
Well,
that sounds
seems
amazing.
rude.
I like how that's exactly where we both
Yeah, we
live.
went to the same place.
Yeah.
We were riding in the car together. It was a road trip.
I was just on the side.
But yeah, you were in the sidecar. But yeah, it turns out it's released the 25th in Japan,
Bummer.
29th in the US. So I have to pick it up on a Tuesday.
Yeah, that's lame.
That's
Yeah.
normally when games come out, isn't it?
Tuesdays or Fridays.
Yeah.
That's why I was surprised it was coming out on Friday, but I was like, ooh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Because then I'd have the whole weekend, but instead I do not.
Sorry.
So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
That's cool.
Pretty
Nice.
much that, working on D&D stuff.
Yeah.
Working on podcast stuff.
Mhm.
Trying, like I mentioned last week, to throw myself into some hobbies.
Yeah.
And those hobbies have been D&D and podcast.
Yeah. So what else have you been doing podcast-wise?
Just spending more time taking notes, actually going over and trying to find stories that aren't just kind of bullshit stories.
Yeah. You're going to change the entire format of our show, Brandon.
I know.
Jesus.
Don't worry, my stories are still bullshit, but they're planned bullshit.
they're
It's hand-picked bullshit.
they're meaningful
Oh,
bullshit.
really?
Explain what Kingdom Hearts is. I've never played or really seen it at all.
Isn't it like Disney and Final Fantasy?
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is like Disney meets Final Fantasy. So you have, it is so hard to really explain. Just imagine a character from Final Fantasy running around with Goofy and Donald Duck. No, Mickey you don't play as. Mickey's the king.
Yeah.
He's King Mickey.
I understand.
Oh, yup. Gosh.
You have Goofy,
Huh?
and then you have
You're a cute one.
That's Mickey.
I
that's
know.
Mickey, and then
Oh
you have
boy.
then you have Donald.
Yeah, yours is better.
I know.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I feel like that was just Boss Nass on drugs.
That's
I was
Boss
correct.
Nass.
They're the same.
So yeah, it's like a third-person adventure game. You go to different Disney worlds. Like you'll go to the Little Mermaid world. In this one, you can go to Monsters Inc. You can go to Toy Story World.
Uh-huh.
You can get mechs and shit. It
Yeah?
just looks awesome.
That's exciting.
Okay. I know that person too. IRL.
Going to all the Disney franchise worlds.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi, Snowy.
Are they going to bring Marvel into it then?
I don't think Marvel's in this one, but they will, I'm sure. Although Kingdom Hearts 3 took like 10 or 15 years to come out.
Yeah.
So the next one will probably never come out ever. I think this is supposed to be like a definite end to the series.
That kind of sucks. Because that's just it. I mean, you can really go forever,
Yeah.
indefinitely. So no Final Fantasy. I saw the movie, but I've been told it has nothing to do with the games, which is true.
What?
I didn't know there was a movie.
The Resident Evil.
I knew the Final Fantasy games. I've never played them. I didn't know there was.
There
a movie.
are Final Fantasy characters are also in the game. That's what is the weird mashup of the whole thing. It's Disney characters plus Final Fantasy characters.
Yeah.
It plays like if you've ever played Final Fantasy 15, it plays like that.
Yeah.
I've played. The reason that I'm not explaining this well is because I've played maybe 8 hours into one.
Well, to be fair, I mean, I don't think the Mongoose has played any.
Neither
Final
and I've
Fantasy,
barely
so-
played 2. Oh, haven't played any Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
So
that's what
there's
she
no frame of reference.
I have a friend
okay.
who's super into Final Fantasy. That's all he's been talking about or
Yeah.
posting for the past 6 months.
Yeah.
About what? The new
Final
one?
or
Kingdom Hearts.
There we go.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts.
My brain just decided to.
Watch some of the game playthroughs.
Yeah.
So yeah, next week I'm sure I'll be talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
And how
Cool.
excited I am and how much I'm enjoying it.
Or how much time you're wasting in it and you're miserable.
Ignoring
Yeah.
your daughter.
Well, no, because she'll be back with the Madre
Yeah.
until the weekend. So
Mhm.
he'll have
and then he'll be ignoring her again.
And he'll have 4 days at least to do, 27 hours of play, which will get him about halfway through the game. And then it'll be good.
I let her play Sleeping Dogs. She's 11. Sleeping Dogs is an open world, hard, mature rated game. But I let her play the driving aspect of it. I
Mhm.
didn't do any missions. I was like, here you go. You can just go and drive around. She runs over pedestrians like you would not believe. Like, immediately she got in a car and was like, okay, now how do I run over people? And I was like, well, you just kind of point the car at him and go, I guess.
What else are you supposed to do in those games?
Race around. I don't know. She was like,
No, it's more fun just hitting people with cars in those type of
it's
games.
more based off of martial arts than gunplay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So she was just going up and punching random strangers too. It was pretty great.
Fun.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Snowy, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Nope, none. Final Fantasy is vaguely environmentalist saving the world with big ass swords. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's basically what Final Fantasy boils down
Yeah,
to.
you got it. Dead on. Spot on. That's a happy, healthy child. It is, it is indeed. All right, let's get into some stories, fools.
All right.
Bring me something.
You want me to go first?
Feed me. Feed me, Seymour. What are you going to start off with?
I'm looking. I'm looking, for God's sake.
I'm
Jesus
just asking.
Christ.
I was just curious. I'm sorry. I'm going to start off with gaming news, probably.
I've got gaming news then, a little bit.
Okay.
Bungie announces that it's leaving behind Activision to strike out on its own.
Oh.
Is that a good thing? They made Halo, didn't they?
Yes.
They made Halo. They also made Destiny.
Yes.
Okay.
And Destiny 2.
So
Destiny Deuce.
they originally started off with Microsoft,
Mhm.
and then they left Microsoft, and Activision bought them,
Mhm.
and then, and now they're apparently striking out on their own.
Yeah. There's
Sorry. Why did you grab your fist?
I'm holding my fist back. That's what that is for
okay.
punching you.
Can you really hold yourself back though?
I've been working on stage acting. That's why I'm more.
Good old Ponder.
Indeed. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So yeah, there were rumors that Activision has been the reason behind, because Destiny 2 did not do as well as they were expecting
Mm-hmm.
because of the microtransactions.
Yeah.
A lot of people were giving it shit and saying there's just too many microtransactions. Whenever you release DLC, there's not enough stuff in the DLC. I haven't played Destiny 2. I played Destiny 1 and I enjoyed what I did play of it.
Yeah.
There were reports that after this breakup with Activision was announced, in the Bungie offices, they were like popping champagne bottles and cheering.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this is apparently going to be a big deal for Bungie.
Activision is really heavy-handed with trying to get their games into the microtransaction world, into this profitability scheme sphere that some gaming companies have created.
Yeah.
We've seen it creep into the Blizzard games pretty heavily over the past couple of years, or 3 to 5 years since Activision bought them. And it's really frustrating because it is not lost on the gamer.
Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
you know exactly what you're getting into when you see those microtransactions.
Yeah.
pop up.
Exactly. And it doesn't matter how good the game is. Microtransactions leave a sour taste in a gamer's mouth.
Mhm.
So,
That's
let's look real quick. Question is, do they retain the IPs? Who's left or stuck with Activision now? So, Blizzard primarily is definitely one of them. I think they have a lot of sports IPs as well.
Yeah. Bungie gets to keep Destiny.
Is that it?
Oh,
What about
really?
Halo?
Well,
Microsoft
Microsoft
owns
owns
Oh,
Halo.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard Halo 5 was just terrible.
Yeah.
From my understanding, they like the people who made Halo 5 didn't realize that Master Chief was the main character of the series.
Master who now?
Exactly.
Who's a
Master
what
Chef.
chief?
Huh?
Who Chief McWhat Pants?
So they have a roadmap for Destiny 2.
Mhm.
that they were going to follow up until I think 2020.
Okay.
That has been kind of thrown into turmoil because this Activision split has happened like now.
Okay.
But Bungie has come out and said, "Don't worry, we still have plans for Destiny. We're still going to support it. We have ideas for new IPs also, but we're still going to continue to support Destiny. And there's some surprises that are coming down the road."
Yeah, that would be cool if they got rid of microtransactions, because it's one thing if you have a DLC for a game that adds a story and areas and stuff like that. But as soon as it's just like, oh, this is a DLC. Oh, what does it do? You get this armor and these weapons. That's
Yeah,
not a DLC, that's a microtransaction.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
One of the things Destiny 2 did that had a lot of people up in arms, myself included, and I didn't even give a shit
Mhm.
about Destiny 2, is you could get shaders for your armor.
Yeah.
So you could be like, "Oh, I want to turn my armor green. I got some new
Mhm.
armor." They were one use. You didn't
Oh,
unlock a
wow.
color and then
Oh.
have that color again.
Yeah,
You use
that's
that color once. It's used up if you want to shade something else. If you get new cool armor, you want to do turquoise. You
yeah.
have to rebuy turquoise again.
And how
Wow.
much were those a pop?
I think like $2 a piece.
That's so not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's like
insane.
that was almost the deal with Assassin's Creed Origins, I remember. I played that a lot, and it had the season pass you got with it. But the season pass didn't account for everything, every sort of DLC they came out with.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the big story DLCs it worked on, but then it was just like, oh, here's this weapon and armor pack that is like this special thing. Oh, it's DLC, right? Ubisoft is like, yes, it's DLC. Is it under the season pass? No. So
Yeah.
you have to spend $5, $8, $10 on this thing that really it's not worth it.
That's what they did with Destiny 2, and I think they even did it with Destiny one.
Mhm.
People bought the season pass, and they were like, "Okay, hey, okay, all this DLC came out, all this stuff came out.
Mm-hmm.
That was season 1.
Yeah.
If you guys want the new stuff, you got to buy the season pass for season 2. We didn't mention that before. Oh, haha, sorry.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
That's I just hate microtransactions so much.
Yeah,
I don't even play that many games. And when I see microtransactions, it just immediately turns me off of the game.
Yeah. I've learned to live with them. I just don't
Yeah.
necessarily interact with them. Like I play a mobile game, and mobile games are lousy
yeah,
with
they are.
Mhm.
microtransactions. And there's a lot of stuff there, and I have spent some money on it.
Yeah.
But by the same token, I could not and be just fine.
Yeah. Part of me is more understanding of why they do it with mobile games. I still don't like it with mobile games, but part of me is more understanding of it. Because it's
Mhm.
just like, oh, who's playing mobile games most of the time? Kids. What are they going to do? If they see, oh, it's going to take me 8 hours to build this thing in Clash of Clans, or, oh, I can pay 3 gems
Now,
and get it now. Oh, how much are 3 gems? Oh, you can't buy 3 gems. You can pay $10 to get 500 gems, though.
yeah,
Go ahead and do that. So, I understand why. I don't like that they do it that way,
yeah.
but I understand why they do it.
And
But
it's
with,
not just kids. I mean,
yeah,
people
I
want it
know plenty of
now.
people who do that too.
Yeah. There have been a couple of times in this
Yeah.
game that I was playing. My fortress is up to level 15, and to go to level 16 it'll take like 3 days.
Yeah.
Like once I actually get
Exactly.
the
That's
To just 3 days of just building.
building.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And if I can, drop 1,200 gems to do it right
Right.
then it doesn't tie up my build
Yeah,
because I only have one build. Or I can get a VIP pass and get 2 builds, for $3.
yeah, of
And that
course.
lasts the month.
Mhm.
So it's like a
For a
monthly
month.
subscription.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you get 2 builds, and then every day you get like 3 to 5 gems
Yeah.
and free tickets to because there are little levels.
Mhm.
So there's regions, and each of those regions have little mini games that you can play through, and it's just a gem destruction game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I destroy the gems, and that sends troops up, and it kills the bad guys,
Mhm.
right? Kills the
Mhm.
monsters. You can bypass that, get the the stuff from killing the monsters at the end using the tickets that you
so
can
you
get from
have
the
to use the
VIP pass.
tickets to get the stuff from the monsters?
No, that's just to not have to sit through and play the gem game.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
it's a way to just skip it.
To skip any sort of playing of the game and just get your
Yeah.
rewards. To
Exactly,
just
yes.
feed that dopamine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So now I've got the stuff, and now I can.
Jeez.
Now I have the stuff, and now I can build out. You know, my brain shut down. Hold on. I can build out the things to outfit my guys to actually take on monsters that I. It's not a waste of time for me to beat.
Okay.
Quote, waste of time.
Yeah.
The whole game is a waste of time.
Yeah.
Let's look at the chat real quick. How are we still in the time period of $1 per hour of gameplay? How do these DLC packs measure up in increasing the playable lifespan of the main game? Pokemon Go players are spending more than $2 million per day. I believe that.
Per day?
I believe it.
Well, how many people
It's
play
not.
Pokemon Go?
It's not.
A lot.
It's
Still.
not as popular here, I feel like, but it's popular in a lot of places.
You'd be surprised. In Marietta, there's a huge group of
Oh,
people
yeah, I'm
that every
sure.
weekend go out.
That's
and
because it's a
do
college
stuff.
town and everybody walks around. Everything's right there.
Yeah. Most of it is in college students.
Well, that's true. Don't whisper, Bucky.
Why I want to?
Because then the mics don't pick you up and I have to blow it up.
Good.
It's like you've never used a microphone before, Bucky.
I haven't.
You don't have to scream into it once you get close.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Jeez, it's moderation. Moderation.
I know, I'm just trying to piss you off.
I know. Going back to this one, are we still in the time period of $1 per hour of gameplay? How do these DLC packs measure up in increasing the playable lifespan of the main game? I mean, they definitely, hey manga, they definitely used
Mhm.
some examples of microtransactions that suck, but there are some that add playability, or DLC that add playability to
Yeah.
the game, that keep it alive, that keep it fresh.
Yeah.
You know, so it's this double-edged sword
Mhm.
in a lot of ways, where if you see the microtransaction, it kind of pisses you off, but at the same time, if it really adds some good playability to the game, well, then maybe it is worth getting, especially if you enjoy
Mhm.
the base game.
Yeah.
And
One-
we're kind of, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off again. We're kind of using microtransactions and DLC a little interchangeably right
Mhm.
here,
Mhm.
just for the sake of argument.
Yeah. The one game I've had the most experience with DLC would be Skyrim. When I played it originally on my PlayStation, I did buy all 3 DLC packs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Dawnguard and Dragonborn were both $20, and then Hearthfire was $5.
Mm-hmm.
Dragonborn and Dawnguard added a whole bunch of. They added new areas to go to, and new enemies and new storyline.
Yeah.
And honestly, I still love playing those DLCs today.
Right.
So I definitely got my $20 out of
Yeah.
my $40 out of those. And then Hearthfire, that I feel like that's maybe more of a microtransaction type thing, but at the same time I don't. It allows you to build houses within the game. And it adds, like, you can adopt orphans that are in the game. So it adds enough to do something in between your questing with all the stuff you go out and get. But I still, that's different than, oh, here, pay $5 to get this weapon pack, or $2 to get this one-time use armor shader thing.
Yeah.
That's $20 paid one time, and you get to go to an island off the coast of Skyrim and quest and kill new enemies and find new things and have a whole new storyline, which was very good.
Yeah.
If it's well made, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if it's poorly done, oh, here, pay $10 and get this awesome bow.
Yeah,
that you're only going to use twice.
I'm perfectly fine with single player DLC.
Mhm.
Stuff that expands upon the game, maybe adds new armors and weapons, but also adds more to the story.
Yeah. Or kind of like MMOs, how like ESO, which I've been playing a lot, they have that Morrowind and then Somerset right now, and then they're coming out with Elsewhere. They have smaller DLC packs too, but the main ones are those, or WoW has the different expansions.
Yeah,
That I don't know a whole lot about.
ESO's pretty bad with microtransactions still, though. I mean, you go onto it, and the very first thing you see is the Crown Crate store.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. I just ignore it.
And like, hey, spend money to get your own pet. You get a little bit of free money when you first start, and I spent the
Mhm.
money that I had to get a spotted pig. So my character runs around in battle with a little spotted pig like oinking behind him,
That's exactly something that you would get.
which I love. I
Yeah.
love the little spotted pig.
Yeah. Brandon was the kind of guy where we would go on walks all over the city, and
Mhm.
he would just find random bits and bobs to pick up
Yeah.
and would just keep them.
Yeah.
I think the one that stands out in my mind the most, you had a length of chain. You had picked up a length of chain while we were out walking one night, and just you had it for I don't know a few months before it suddenly disappeared.
If I found a length of chain today, I would still keep that length of chain.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I mean, hey, metal.
yeah. I
Free
mean I
metal.
would too. It's just the thing that pops into my head.
Yeah. Lengths of chain, thumbs up for me.
I've been playing a lot of Sea of Thieves
Yeah.
with people.
I saw an article that said that Sea of Thieves is seeing a huge resurgence on Twitch.
It is, and part of it is because it's really easy, especially like for communities like Lurk Squad, um, Avenger Friends, whoever else I happen to be in right now,
Mhm.
Global Stream Team. Um, just shout them all out, right? I
You're
mean,
in
why not?
multiple groups now?
Well, I've always been in multiple groups, but yeah, Lurk Squad is my baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Um, it's easier, for all of those groups to kind of get together and play it. It's cross-platform. I've been playing it on Xbox, or Steve's been playing it on Xbox, for instance, and I've been playing on PC. So there's a little bit of cross-platform there, and it was on sale for $30, which is half off
Yeah.
for a little while. And it's also part of the Game Pass, the Xbox
Mhm.
Game Pass right now. And that was available for $1.
Yeah. You can sign up for 1 month for $1.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So play this game for 1 month for $1 and have access to any other game that happens to be on the pass, but you'll get to have a lot of fun with your friends if you're buying it for Sea of Thieves. So I ended up accidentally paying full price for it because I got gifted $30 to buy it, but we missed the sale by a day.
Oh,
So I
man.
had to throw in an extra 30, but I was going to. I mean,
Mhm.
like I was going to pay it anyway
Yeah.
because I had been watching them have so much fun sailing the seven seas that I was like, man, I really want to get in and
I
play
know
this.
nothing about that game. I've
It's
heard it's really fun though.
yeah.
How's it run on your computer?
Oh, it runs just fine. I mean, my computer's beastie now.
Yeah.
It used to be a little rough around the edges, but still held up well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it does a fine job. It even does a fine job when I'm streaming.
Mhm.
Yep. I know Steve is wanting me to play a little bit later tonight, so we'll have to see what Ginger thinks about it. If she can let me go to
Yeah.
play with my friends.
Can I, Mom?
Right? Exactly. All right, so my story plays off of this one was actually from last week, and I didn't get a chance to talk about it. Bethesda banning Fallout 76 players for abusing duping exploits and dev room incursions. Did you guys hear about this at all?
I've heard of a lot of crap going on with 76 right now.
Yeah.
I heard about the duping room.
Did you? So Bethesda has been busy patching loopholes in Fallout 76 that allow item duping, but a new blog post suggests it's going to further and actually be but a new blog post suggests it's going further and actually banning players who use these exploits. From the post, a quote, "We want you to know that we take these exploits and those abusing them very seriously." The post also refers to players who found a way into Fallout 76's secret dev room, which contains every item in the game, including unreleased items.
That's what I was thinking of, was
Ooh,
the dev room.
Yeah.
that sounds really broken.
hmm Once identified, we work very closely with our support team to remove problem players that are abusing these exploits. whether that's duping exploits or using the cheat apps or mods to access areas in game that are otherwise inaccessible and unintended for players in the game world. The post continues. The post itself is on Bethesda.net, so that was their official release. And then this is from PCGamer.com. Yeah, Dev Room does sound awesome. It used to be that World of Warcraft had like a little dev island that the or not a dev island, but a mod island where the moderators would hang out. I don't think that they have that anymore. I think they
Yeah.
finally got rid of that. But
I know Skyrim has something like that where you can get to through console commands, but that's different, and that's a single player game where if you do it, it's of your own will,
yeah,
and it's of no consequence to anyone but you.
yeah,
On Fallout 76, which is an MMO, that would be a little bit more of a problem.
yeah, for sure.
It like game breaking problem. Like you could do that, go find mini nukes, and then just start wrecking fools.
Yeah, exactly. So it really decreases the playability for
Yeah.
other people in the game who are trying to play an honest playthrough. Dev Room sounds awesome. They should just hire the players that get in there. You're conscripted. Help us patch this game. and that's just the funniest thing about that idea, Mongoose, is that some of the people who do this, they may very well be the people who are already working for the government and are hackers that are conscripted by the government to do these sort of things.
Yeah.
Professional hackers, um, just flexing,
Hmm.
just getting their flex on.
Weird flex, but okay.
Weird flex, but okay. God, kids, kids,
Us kids in our internet lingo.
I was going to bring up that there was a rumor that Fallout 76 was going free to play,
Oh, really?
I saw something about that on
but I
Facebook.
just Googled it, and apparently Bethesda has squashed that rumor.
Yeah, they were
And
like,
said,
"Fuck
no, it's not going
no."
free to play.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't figure it would go free
At-
to play this early.
yeah, maybe after a couple years, and even then the price might go down, but I doubt it'll go free to play.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft isn't free to play.
No, World of Warcraft is still $15 a month.
The SWTOR is still it isn't free to play.
Yeah. So yeah, Bucky, you want to throw a story?
Okay, I have some Marvel.
Don't sound so excited about it.
Okay,
Jesus.
I mean, I guess that's why I'm here. I have some Marvel news.
Okay.
So the Disney streaming service that's coming out, Disney Plus, I think is the name
Disney
of it.
Plus.
Disney Plus.
They have a whole bunch of Marvel character centered TV shows
Yeah.
that they're planning. Like there's a Winter Soldier and Falcon,
Scarlet Witch and Vision.
yeah, that, and then a couple other. I've heard a rumor about a Lady Sif show. But they also announced that they are doing a Loki show,
Okay.
which a lot of people flipped out about and were really excited because Loki is he's a fan favorite character now,
Yeah, for
because
sure.
of the movies.
Yeah.
And everyone loves Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
There is I don't know if it's official 100% or whether it's a rumor, but it's pretty close to being official. It's not going to be Tom Hiddleston, it looks like, playing Loki.
Well, yeah.
It's going to be a young Loki show.
Uh-huh.
But it could be Tom Hiddleston, and they just do that de-aging tech that they're doing, like they're doing with Sam Jackson and Captain Marvel, or it's going to be like the closest thing I can think of to compare it to would be young Sheldon.
Yeah.
Which is like a kid, and then the actor who plays Sheldon in Big Bang Theory is narrating the thing.
Yeah.
I doubt it would be that, but that's the closest thing
They're
I can
not
think
going to
of.
pay. I mean, I know it's Disney and they have all the money in the world, but they're not going to
Mhm.
pay Tom Hiddleston to come do a TV show,
Right.
an internet TV show.
Yeah. But still, that's
And
where
Tom
a lot
isn't
of the
going to
money
do
is going these days.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, there are
I mean,
a lot
Henry
of
Cavill is doing a Witcher TV series on Netflix.
right. Exactly. I'm not saying that it's not a possibility
Mhm.
because you're right. We have seen a lot of larger actors who have committed to these like
Mhm.
mini series and stuff that are going on to these streaming networks, and the money is there. But Tom Hiddleston's kind of hot shit right now. Henry Cavill isn't. You know,
He was Superman though.
he was Superman. Yeah, so was that one guy who is on DC Legends now.
Brandon Routh
Yeah,
plays the Atom.
yeah, plays the Atom.
All and in the crossovers, the nods they do to that are just great.
Oh yeah, oh
I
yeah,
love it so much.
yeah. It
So
is
how
really
is
good.
that show?
Legends, it's quirky.
I'm behind.
It's quirky.
It
It's
Legends
weird.
is consistently the one. Legends and the Flash are the two shows that consistently I'm just like, this is amazing. I
Yeah.
hope it keeps like this. Arrow and Supergirl, like I said in that comment that one time about Supergirl, they get a little more in your face, like politics, and I don't like
Yeah,
in your face stuff like that in a TV
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Arrow is dark.
It can.
Arrow's
It's
dark and
really good this
gritty
season
and
though.
yeah.
This season it is great. The past few seasons have just been like, come on, just finish already.
I guess I can kind of see where you're coming from with it. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what's kept me from getting into Arrow is hearing that like, oh, this is a good season, this is a bad season.
the
Like,
first
I don't wanna
three
spend
seasons
that much
of
time.
the first 3 seasons of Arrow are great. The 4th season was kind of hit or miss with some people. Season 5 was great, and then season 6 was it was the first half of the season was really good.
There's 6
And then
fucking seasons of this show.
they're on the 7th season, I believe.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It started
Arrow was the first one. I
Yeah, it
believe.
started right after Smallville.
Yeah.
Like Smallville ended in the spring of 2011 and then Arrow started that fall.
Wow,
Yeah.
I had no idea
Yeah.
Arrow's been going on that long.
Yeah.
But you know, the shows are still great. I'm behind on most of them.
So going back to the young
Mhm.
Loki thing, then if it's going to be a young Loki, I imagine it's going to
Yeah.
be just a younger actor playing
Yeah.
Loki, and probably not Tom. He may make an appearance
Yeah.
if they do like a flash forward or something.
Yeah.
But I
Or
don't know.
maybe they could do something where he's like it's like he's talking about what happened to him beforehand and then it just flashes back. So he's only in there a minimal amount.
Yeah,
But still, maybe if it what they
I don't know if they'd
showed,
roll with a flashback.
Yeah,
Though.
I know, but maybe once or twice wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah,
It could be he's disguising himself as a younger kid or as a person because
That's
he can
true.
disguise himself as whatever he
Yeah,
wants to.
Yeah, but
it could
you'd
be.
still
It
have
could
to
be
get
not past Loki. It could be present Loki. But
yeah, and
Well, present Loki's.
well, that's true.
So, I mean, if you
What
haven't
is
seen the movie now,
Yeah, then what the
But
fuck
then,
are you doing
but
listening to
what's
this
going to happen
podcast?
in Endgame?
If
don't
we know, and we're awful at watching movies, then everybody else should. You want to take over for a minute? I gotta use the restroom.
yeah, sure. This is a Marvel story, Bucky. You might be interested in this one.
Ooh, yay!
The Black Widow solo film
Mhm.
is supposed to begin production February 28th,
Cool,
and it's rumored to come out May 1st of 2020.
cool.
So sometime next year.
That's gonna be. I've been interested in that. That seems like it could do very well.
The story is rumored to take place in 1996, 6 years before the events of Iron Man.
Okay. Yeah, that would be interesting to see how they do that.
There's a lot. I don't know if I'm excited about them putting a movie in 2006 though, or in 1996. I mean,
I mean, they're doing that with Captain Marvel. It's taking place somewhere in the 90s.
yeah,
And Captain America: The First Avenger was in 1942
yeah.
or throughout World War II.
I mean, I don't know if this is just like an example of things to come though, where they can, because they have so much time spread that they can do, that they're going to be doing movies in the past.
I really hope they don't. I don't feel like they will, but there are some like Black Widow has an interesting backstory. In some of the comics, she's like as old as Captain America. She has a different strain of that serum
Oh, really?
in some comics. I doubt they'd actually go that route. But in some comics, she's like 60 something,
Wow,
but still looks like 25. Doing all those weird
that's my kind of
scissor
lady.
kicks.
65-year-old woman that looks like she's 20.
But
I'm interested in that. And then also, are we gonna die? I hear sirens.
Yeah.
Okay. I also remember a movie about a Russian spy starring Jennifer Lawrence at some point, and I think it was called Red Sparrow.
Yeah.
But and at this, from what I've heard of that movie, it is very similar to the Black Widow origin story.
Oh, really?
Like almost on the nose. The only difference is that they don't call her character Black Widow.
Huh.
Yeah. I from my understanding, it's like they went so far with not doing it at a different studio. It was like, oh, let's just take the story and put someone else in it. They can't copyright us for that.
Yeah. I remember seeing trailers for Red Sparrow or The Sparrow, and it
It
looked
was
really
very
good.
similar, from my understanding, to the Black Widow origin story. Damn it,
Oh,
Rem! You broke the camera.
Bill Clinton years, Beanie Baby fever, trading card games.
Pokemon.
You son of a bitch.
Make sure to zoom in on our crotches a little more.
Oh no.
Okay, so what's our next story here? Let's. Dear God, I see you.
When it first popped up into the light.
That green screen holds up no matter where the camera is. That's pretty cool.
Hmm?
Yeah, I know. It's just neat that it doesn't like waver really.
Got it. Yay!
Perfect.
Yay!
You wanna get one?
Oh.
They've also rumored that the Black Widow movie will be rated R.
Yarr.
I can see that working. I like to see Marvel Studios get into some, now that they have like the X-Men and the mutants and different characters like that, like Deadpool. I'd like to see them getting into some more R-rated stuff, since they have Deadpool, and then they could cross more characters over. Like, I really want to see a Deadpool and Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
I really want to see a Spidey Pool
Oh
movie.
yeah.
They're going to do that.
They have to.
They have to. It's such a...
We require them to. We will make it a law.
Yes. Trump, please.
Got a green screen face sock. Oh yeah, you want to come on and use your green screen face sock? I mean,
They could make your face my face.
I don't know why you would ever want that.
Neither do I, but you could. Couldn't you?
I mean, no, I
Okay.
refuse on moral objection.
To make your face Bucky's face?
You
To
could
make
put
her
Elon
face-
Musk here.
To make her face Bucky's face.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
It's her green screen face sock mask. So
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't presume to usurp it and use it upon
Try
my
to
visage.
Put it over your
Do you like
giant
all
head.
those lyrics or all those lyrical word usages?
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah,
You
thank
did
you.
good wording.
Thank you. I did real good words.
You do words good, do you?
I do words good.
That's good. Proud of you.
Thank you.
You could green screen Elon Musk's face on her.
I'm hunting rabbits. I
Is it bad that all
Face
that did was
twisted.
remind me of Big Chungus?
don't know what it is, and I don't want to
It's Fat Bugs Bunny.
know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I saw that.
Ooh.
Yeah, you
That's a
like
good
that one?
one.
Yeah. Isn't there? Yeah, there is. Hold on. I do have a little bit of space news.
Cool.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay, I'll wait for my story. My next story then. My only other story.
This one's already zoomed in. Oh, that's right, because this is also PC Gamer.
Hi.
Hey.
Entertain them. Dance, monkeys, dance. See, we can see where the respect is because Bucky will dance, but you're like,
You're just like, no.
I'm not dancing.
I don't think so, Tim.
It's
Okay.
a great
1997 reference
Yeah.
for you?
back to the Black Widow. She's gonna be like,
Yeah. I don't think so,
she's gonna
Tim.
be wearing her hammer pants and stuff.
Playing her boombox.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Holding it above her head.
Yeah.
Was that 80s or 90s?
That was 80s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that's fine. It's all the
That
You
was
can still hold a
yesterday.
jukebox over your head. A
Yeah.
jukebox.
A jukebox.
same.
It is Black Widow. She could probably hold a jukebox over her
I
head.
mean, that's fair. They only weigh like 180
I mean, she can go
pounds.
toe to toe with Cap. So
yeah.
and Iron Man.
50 biddies for Bucky's dance. I feel like that, unless she calls you Vicky.
No, she calls me Cody a lot, which I hate. Calling you out now
Oh. Big
front of-
mood.
in front of tens of people.
You're not allowed to make that joke, Bucky. You haven't earned it.
I apologize. I had to though.
DeepMind AI faces off against and defeats StarCraft 2 pro players.
This is cool.
StarCraft is still a thing.
StarCraft,
is a huge thing.
yeah, especially in Asia.
Get the fuck out of here. Of
yeah.
course StarCraft's
Do you
a
even
thing.
know? Do you even know what games are, Bucky? Because it starts with StarCraft.
Oh, okay.
Even if you
never
don't
played
play it.
StarCraft.
You're not missing out that much.
All I know from StarCraft is that I must construct additional pylons.
Mhm.
That's all I know.
It's true.
Is
And
that
you
all
got-
I need to know?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all you
Good to
need.
know.
So, a DeepMind AI agent trained on the ins and outs of Blizzard's StarCraft 2 went head to head with a pair of StarCraft Pro players to showcase the potential of the Google owned artificial intelligence tech. Words is hard. While DeepMind has had showdowns against human players in other games in the past, today's live streamed event, which it really was today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Topical.
Yeah, well, all of my stuff usually is from this week.
Mm.
Usually this day.
See, my stories are timeless.
Yeah. Mine are not. Mine are topical.
Are they like
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast? Are they a tale as old as time?
Booty and the Beast. It was nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was. Thank you.
It's real good, Brad.
Mhm.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
I hit the mic.
I'm going to restart this paragraph. While DeepMind has had its showdowns against human players in other games in the past, today's live streamed event offers developers an interesting look at how an AI agent takes on a complex RTS like StarCraft 2, partnered with useful commentary on how those AI agents learn and improve their StarCraft skills. All of this is made possible by a special version of StarCraft 2 Blizzard released a while back, specifically geared toward training AI agents.
AI agents. That sounds menacing.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, Mongoose, that's basically what happens.
This is exactly what happens.
That's what happened to me, too. So
Those agents play StarCraft a little different than actual human players. For one, AI agents are able to view the entire map at one time, though the fog of war effect still obscures inactive areas. So, unlike human players, decisions about what part of the screen to observe don't come into play. The face-off was streamed by DeepMind today, and though the bulk of matches themselves took place back in December, a panel of experts were on hand to offer moment-to-moment analysis of each individual battle. Ultimately, the DeepMind agent AlphaStar won all 10 of its pre-recorded matches, though a new version of AlphaStar lost to the pro player Mana in a live match at the end of the stream.
Okay.
So they pre-recorded most of the other matches. It won against all of these pro players 10 games in a row. Or, I don't know, in a row, but it won all 10 of its games.
Yeah.
And then they did a live playthrough where Mana beat it.
should we really be training AI at
Well,
this point?
And that's it.
Especially
I'm
in real-time strategy.
for those of you interested in reading the rest of the article, this is really just to kind of get that conversation started.
Mhm.
You can read the rest of the article on Gama Sutra, and I will have a link below in the show notes when the podcast goes live, or when the podcast goes. The recorded version goes live. Oh my God, words, Jesus!
I thought you did good.
I don't. I lied. I am going to read a quick quote here. First and foremost, the mission at DeepMind is to build an artificial general intelligence. To do so, it is quite important to benchmark how our algorithms, our agents as we call them, perform on a wide variety of tasks. And then for us, StarCraft afforded some pretty unique sort of research challenges that were, for us, the obvious choice as the next step for our agents to perform at a very good level. And the one perhaps that I would highlight is the fact that in StarCraft, you don't see the board all the time. There's this notion of imperfect information, so that means that an agent must kind of predict or estimate what the other player is doing all the time. And there's all sorts of interesting things that emerge. So, what do you think about these trials for DeepMind that are pushing the algorithm, allowing the coders and such to tweak that, evolve it, letting it evolve on its own from its own algorithms, being able to change its own.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts on AI in general? I mean, I know we've covered it on occasion on this podcast, but it's been a little while. So,
Yeah. I think that AI is really going to be the future as far as where we're going to go.
yeah.
And these are the stepping stones to get there.
Mhm.
And each individual stepping stone is going to seem scary. And then we're going to suddenly look at the big picture and be like, holy shit, AI is doing X, Y, and Z.
Mhm.
You know, it's already projected that robotics are going to be taking up a lot of our jobs in the next like 50 years,
Yeah.
all based off of AI.
So, what we really need are hollow sweets.
Like chocolates.
No. No.
Holographic chocolate.
Yeah.
Mmm.
Like like the Star Trek what are they called? The rooms where you go and they make
Holodecks?
holodecks.
I don't
Yeah.
even watch Star Trek now.
My brain farted. I watch Star Trek all the time and I forgot it. So.
Yeah.
I think the only reason I remembered that was because you guys mentioned it. in our previous
Holodeck,
cast.
holosuite, it's the same thing. We need
Mhm.
one of those. That's what we need to work on before we get this AI to take all of our jobs. Because otherwise we're all going to be doing this.
I mean, isn't that what 90% of people are already doing?
I mean, yes, for the listeners at home, I'm staring at my phone screen, but you know, we need something to get us up and active, or we're going to end up like, wow,
Yeah, but
all of the fat people on Wally's
Spaceship.
spaceship.
how many people are going to use the holodeck to actually run around and exercise and get in shape, and how many people are going to use it for fucking?
If I can use it for, if I can play Skyrim in it, yes, please.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a fully immersive VR world,
Mhm.
really.
I would totally go sword and sorcery.
Yeah.
So we're
I don't know. I might go sci-fi though. It's tough.
Well,
Sci-fi
that's
and
just
sword
it.
and
You
sorcery.
could do either.
so it's kind of
I
like
could
Ready
do
Player
both.
One.
You could do both. Yes. You could have a high fantasy sci-fi. You could do steampunk. That's essentially
Yeah, that's true.
magic mixed with fantasy,
Yeah,
kind of. You know, old school technology being repurposed because new technology doesn't exist.
I think that would help me get in shape. I think I would use it as an exercise platform.
And that's just it. I mean,
Running around.
you wouldn't even think of it as an exercise platform because you're playing a game.
Mhm.
You're experiencing these things. And then of course you'd have your safety protocol that would keep you from being
Dying.
hurt.
I'm just picturing myself running from something and imagining in real life how well I run.
Yeah.
And I'm turning a corner and I'm leaning against a brick wall and I'm just like, computer, slow him down a little bit, okay? You're killing me, buddy.
I'm picturing like Ready Player One here.
Get that heart rate up, Brandon.
Fuck you, computer, you judgy bastard.
Maybe lose some weight, fat ass.
I hate you, you bitch.
Quit smoking so much.
I was about to say that.
Don't blow that in my face, fuckface.
I'm
I'll see you in hell,
picturing
computer.
I'm picturing the scene in one of the X-Men movies where they're in something like that and Wolverine just lights a cigar off of virtual flames and starts smoking it.
I would smoke virtual cigarettes.
Yeah. I don't know if the feeling would be the same though.
Probably
It
not.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I quit smoking before. I could do it again if I really wanted to.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not saying
If I could smoke fake cigarettes, but it felt like I was smoking real cigarette, like
Yeah.
in my hand
Yeah.
and in my mouth,
Just put
Yeah.
a carrot in your hand.
Yeah, I
Baby
could just
carrot.
walk around with a baby carrot like a fucking psychopath.
It works for some people.
No, get a full size carrot. Like a normal giant ass carrot. Be Bugs Bunny.
I use Pokemon Go as an exercise program in nice weather.
Okay.
I don't. I drive around in my car.
I've done that too.
Gotta spin all of those little churches around here.
Yeah.
That's all we have.
Yeah.
Like, I have a couple of people who live in different places who have sent me gifts, and it's like, oh, look at this neat place look at this little Mexican restaurant off of fucking I don't know, and cool little taco out front, and a nice little artistic piece, and all we have around here is churches.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm like, what do I want to send them? Do I want to send them the Baptist church,
Or this Catholic.
the Catholic church, the Lutheran church?
The Presbyterians.
Yeah, it's very annoying.
What is their name? Snowy?
Yeah.
This talking. Snowy makes a good point about Pokemon Go, though. That's like the first step into holodeck.
Yeah. Your AR,
Yeah.
your what was it?
Augmented
Augmented.
reality.
I couldn't remember the A word. I knew it was close. It was weird. It was surreal.
Augmented reality.
Hey, thank you for showing some GST love. I got my little spinning icon down there showing everybody. Welcome. Bienvenue. It's my French for the day.
That was good.
That's all you're getting.
Très bon.
Oui. You
A
see, you
lot.
got one more. I mean, I know you're trying to be funny, but it's not funny.
We.
That's better. What's no? Doo-doo? Hey, I'll be right back. I'm going to go take a wicked yes.
Lord.
All right. Bring us another piece.
Do you want spooky, scary piece to follow up on what you've got there? Or
And
do you
how?
want feel good piece?
I mean, does it actually tie in a little bit with like AI and stuff?
Mhm.
Then do it.
And
Okay.
how we're going to be taken over by robots soon.
Plant the seed of unsuredness.
No, this is what's going to be taking us over.
Okay.
There's a startup company called The Spinner, which claims it can brainwash Facebook users through individually targeted ads.
Ooh.
For $29, you can target a Facebook user with a set of 10 different articles, which are shown to them 180 times within a 90-day period.
Okay.
Once you choose
Twice a
your
day.
campaign,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Once you choose your campaign, and the Spinner site has 12 different campaigns, the Spinner will send you a normal-looking link. Next, you send the link to your targeted Facebook user in a text message.
Okay.
When they press the link, the cookie connected to the link bonds to their smartphone, so they'll keep seeing similar articles during the 3-month window.
It's a little invasive.
And what would this be doing?
Well, okay. So let's say Dueling Ogres
Mm-hmm.
may or may not have already bought some of this.
Mhm.
I send you a link. You click on the link once. You check it out.
Mm-hmm.
That bonds to your phone, and every time you open up Facebook, you see Dueling Ogre stuff.
I mean, that happens anyway.
Well, that's because you follow us.
Yeah.
But for the people who don't,
Okay.
pretend that you don't like us, Bucky. I know, I know it's not
It's
a
a
huge stretch, but
Yeah.
so I could send this to random Joe Blow over here who's likes podcasts, but he's never heard of
Mhm.
us, and that links him up, and then he consistently sees our content,
Mhm.
which subliminally drives him to us.
The example that they use in the article is like convincing your conservative grandmother to not be so right-wing conservative,
Uh-huh.
or vice versa, by targeting her with specific articles that are like, hey, maybe the left isn't so bad, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The fact that they use brainwash is a little concerning.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
because that's their wording.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's definitely sales technique.
Mhm.
That's all they're doing. It's just using certain techniques, repetition of ideas to sell somebody on your point of view.
Yeah.
So, which is, I guess, a form of brainwashing, really.
Do you think it's too invasive?
A little, yeah. I mean, I don't want to get text messages or messages from Messenger about links. 9 times out of 10, I don't click on them,
Yeah.
so I really don't have to worry too much about it. Even when you guys send your funny links, I'm usually not clicking on them. Sorry.
Yeah. Like when Kevin sends videos.
Yeah, like when Kevin sends videos, I don't know if I've watched a one unless it looks really funny. So yeah, I don't know. It'll definitely work though. I
Yeah.
mean, that is the nature of the internet. People click things.
Yeah, well, and there's so much mind control that can be done just with the media we see because
Yeah.
we consume so much media through online anymore that we don't know who's targeting us. Like Facebook has targeted ads all the time already.
Exactly. And it's getting to the point where it's really weird when you just think something and then 10 minutes later you go on Facebook and an ad for that thing you were thinking about is on there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something that you've never looked up before online in your life. You see it somewhere like on TV on a commercial. Or someone tells you about it through word of mouth. And then all you do is think about it and then it's on your.
They're scanning your brain, man.
It's weird. I
You
need
got
to
to
start
put that
wearing my
aluminum
tinfoil hat.
Yeah, put that aluminum foil hat on, man.
Yes. I'll
So
forge
do you think
myself
they
one.
listen to you?
It's getting harder and harder to not believe that.
I will tell you this. There is this thought of like, oh, are they reading my brain?
Mm-hmm.
They're not, because you have at some point, whether you know it or not, have talked about this item.
Mm-hmm.
For instance,
Mhm.
just this hypothetical item. You may have mentioned it. Like I remember when they were pushing Spotify on Messenger.
Yeah.
Where I mentioned a song. Like Brandon and I will quote song lyrics at each
Yeah.
other on occasion, and made a half-ass quote of a song, or he made one to me, and it immediately popped up. So this stuff is crunching your information at
Yeah.
all times. So it may grab Lego from a conversation that you had a month ago with somebody talking about Legos.
Yeah.
And you're not even thinking about Legos, or you're not looking up Legos, but you just saw a commercial for a really cool Lego build that you are interested in.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden Lego pops back up.
Right.
Oh, this thing must be reading my fucking mind, man,
Right.
because I don't remember anything about saying anything about Lego, but you did 2 months ago.
Yeah.
It just remembered that you like Legos.
I had a
Yeah.
So
weird,
it targeted at you.
I had a weird thing that happened to me one time. I was at GameStop talking to the guys there and talking to them about how I got into Skyrim because I never saw any of the trailers. I never watched any gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a cover of the Dragonborn theme song by the Chocolate Rain guy. I don't know how I came upon it at first, but this was in like 2012, 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw it and I was like, "Oh, that's really cool. What is this game?" And I looked it up and I was like, "Oh, I want that game now."
Mm-hmm.
I was telling these guys in GameStop about that like this past summer, spring or summer. I was telling them about that. 5 hours later, I get home and open YouTube. What is the first video on the top of my recommended? The cover song that
Yeah.
guy did.
Yeah.
That made me want to play Skyrim. I am not subscribed to this guy. I haven't watched any of his videos in years.
Right.
And I don't like I
Your phone was listening.
I know.
Your phone is always
I
listening.
know. It's weird. Stop it, government.
So the government is listening in, and they were like, "Hey, let's really fuck with him. Let's make him watch the Chocolate Rain guy singing Skyrim again."
I would say it's not the government, but definitely YouTube is
Someone,
listening.
and it's
There's
stop
an-
it, people.
There's an
It's weird.
algorithm. There's an algorithm that's listening to us right now, and
Yeah.
a Dueling Ogres video might pop up on
Mhm.
Brandon when he's scrolling through. Or do you still use the Dueling Ogres YouTube sign in to watch videos?
No, I use mine because using the Dueling Ogres one was skewing up your whenever you were using it.
Yeah. It was weird. Sometimes I forget though. I forget to switch
Mhm.
accounts. So All right, Bucky, your
Mhm.
turn.
I have some space news.
You do?
Yes.
Do you want to do the thing?
You can do the thing. It's
Are
your
you
thing.
sure?
Yes, it's your thing.
Okay, I've got to get up and go click the guy.
Okay, go do
It's
it.
a really far away thing.
I know. Have fun. See you when you get back.
So Bucky is going to give us some space news.
Lovely. And watch that not be the right button. It got reprogrammed to something stupider.
Ah, that's so far away now. I need to put it on a cart or something.
You need like a stick, like a really long stick you can just boop it with.
That button is
Boop the
so
Snoot.
not boopable.
Boop.
Ah,
Just boop the Snoot.
yep.
Okay, so
I need to do a plug-in instead. That way I can
Yeah.
just turn the plug-in on and off on the phone.
Yeah. Anyway, so I saw this thing about SpaceX. They are testing. They're in the testing phase of a spaceship that is going to ferry people between Earth and Mars.
Okay.
They're in the very, very early testing phases of it, and there's a picture of what this one looked like on my phone. If you want to look at it, if the listeners want to look at it, they can follow the link in the show notes.
Okay, you're gonna send me that link?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But
It looks like a cartoon rocket. It
yeah,
looks
it
like a
looks
rocket
very
from the
much like a cartoon
1950s.
rocket.
Yeah, it is
It's
very
like
40s,
a
50s
cylinder
rocket.
with a cone on top and just wings for days.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Let me
so
see that shit while you're talking.
they were testing it out at a launch pad in Texas. I'm assuming it was one of their places that they test things. Where they would have done like the grasshopper to see about landing back on Earth.
Yeah.
You get a Snapchat, Bucky.
I know. Anyway, they had it sitting on the launch pad, getting ready to launch it, and it was a windy day.
Uh-huh.
Normally, that doesn't deter people from launching a rocket. They just reroute the spaceship.
Right.
The wind knocked it over on the launch pad. They didn't even get to test it. The wind, it was just sitting there like 3, 2. I don't know if they were in countdown, but I like to think that they were.
Right, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Don't
like-
say one. Don't say one.
Don't say it.
Just like 10, 9, 8. Shit, it fell over. Elon, we have an issue.
What?
Elon.
God, why did he have to do that? Just why?
Just pick it back up.
Because
bro.
now that's a thing. Where we make fun of Elon for smoking weed.
Yeah. I'm laughing with him.
All right, anyway, back to the rocket.
But
Sorry.
yeah, it just fell. The wind knocked it over on the launch pad.
That's pretty funny.
It wasn't a large rocket,
Mm-hmm.
so it wasn't like the.
Well, they call it
weight
what, the
of it.
hopper?
Yeah, it was just a hopper. It was testing. It is what would have been like the top stage of the rocket.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because there was also, I don't know where the pictures. There was also a picture comparing it between the actual rocket they're getting to, a Falcon 9. Here it is. That's what they are doing. That's what they were testing, and that's a Falcon 9.
Oh, okay.
That's what they were testing.
Mhm.
That's what it would eventually become. That's a Falcon 9. So it's a pretty large rocket,
Yeah.
but it probably had about the same sort of capacity,
So the hopper,
slightly less than a Falcon 9.
for those of you who can't actually see the image right now,
I'll send the image to you as well if you want to figure out a way to do something with it.
the hopper is about 40 meters in height, where the Falcon 9 is 70 meters in height. So we've got a difference of 30.
30 meters.
Wow. Yeah.
Can you
30
math?
No. 30 meters in between those two. But the hopper, I guess, is supposed to sit on top of
Yeah.
the big Falcon.
Kind of like how the Dragon capsule would sit on top of the Falcon 9,
Right. So
if anyone knows anything about it.
this measures in at 118 meters. So considerably larger than the Falcon 9, ringing in at 70.
I'm interested to know what that would compare to the Saturn V.
Hmm.
Probably look it up.
The Saturn V, okay, Google. What is the height of a Saturn V rocket in meters? Okay, so the Saturn rings in at 111. Is that what it said?
And the big Falcon, the big Falcon rocket, which I think is a play on words.
Yeah, it could be. The big Falcon rocket is ringing in
I
at
mean,
118.
considering Elon Musk and how he be,
Yeah.
considering like the Tesla cars, their models are S3, X, and Y.
Yeah.
The big rocket is 100.
Brandon had to work through that one. That was good. Yeah.
It makes out sexy in leet
Yeah,
speak.
I gotcha. I picked up on it.
Yeah, he got there. Bucky.
The big Falcon rocket is 118 meters. So
Yeah.
that's 7 more meters, which would be about 21 feet taller.
Yeah. So
I don't know how much girthier it would be. But
now the Saturn V rocket, if I remember correctly, the Falcon 9 was considerably more slim.
mhm.
And it looks like the big Falcon is quite thick.
Thick.
It's
with
very
3
thick
C's.
with 3 C's. Jesus, quit
Don't you
roping
love
me into
the
your
internet
bullshit.
lingo? Don't you love it when I just yeet you into the internet lingo?
No, I do not. Emphatically, no, I don't.
Well, don't get into such a big mood about it.
Hey guys, you want to see a live murder?
I need to cover up all of my knives.
Do you just have pockets full of knives?
I have 3.
Who doesn't?
I have 3 knives.
I mean,
on
mine
me right
aren't
now.
on me, but they're downstairs.
Yeah.
Mine are on me.
He has to get out the door first.
There's also a window right there, right?
I mean, there is. You could jump. Pena, thank you for the sub. Look at that. 7 months of sub love. Thank you so much, Pena. How's the new house going, brother? We're going to stop here for a quick second. And Pena just bought a new house with his miss. And they are having their first baby child. So, very exciting times for Pena right now.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. They have a lovely 2-story, look like blue house. Very reminiscent of like a dollhouse. It's adorable. It's the most adorable. It's super adorbs. So tired. I bet, brother. I bet. Did you take any time off work while you're doing the move, or are you just working and moving and doing the things? Hopefully you didn't have a ton of shit.
Brandon left us.
He did. What a jerk.
Right.
Just got the that sewing machine hype is fantastic.
Sewing machine hype?
Yeah. Imp girl hype. That's cool.
I don't know.
Just got the 27-inch curved monitor for the PC. Oh, that's so sexy, dude. I want 2 of them. I want 3 of them.
I want all of them.
That's
I
awesome.
just want all of the monitors.
I do. I'd like to have a 3 curved monitor set up for sure.
No, get 6 and stack 3 on top.
Oh god.
Get 9 and stack.
Stop it. Stop it. I can't even. I can't even.
Get all of them. You are like one of the greatest authors of my generation. You have lost the ability to even.
Yeah, it's true. I forgot to actually turn them off. Giant thumbs. Fosroda. What is it? Oh, type in exclamation point dumb, I think. This one cracks me up.
And it's still gone.
Anybody.
I saved that picture. I can send it to you if you want to try to figure out a way to put that in the show notes too. Damn giant phones.
Yeah, Pena is a mountain of a man.
Mhm.
All right, since everybody, there we go.
Current response. We
I've heard that. Where is that from?
Adam Sandler movie.
Okay. Okay. Is it okay? Which one?
Madison.
Okay. Yep.
Pretty
So I
sure.
saw it.
I bet, man.
Same.
Yeah, Bucky needs one too. He is ripe.
Pungent.
Stings the
Good.
nostrils.
Good pungent aroma.
60% of the time, it works every time. Billy Madison.
I haven't seen that movie in a while.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute for me too.
And that was part of the era of good Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah,
Which
that
was
one
the
of the
90s.
last ones. Yeah,
The 90s.
I
As soon as it went to the 2000s, he just gave up.
I put 51 sound commands in to my stream.
That's amazing.
I think I built out a page on the website, but I don't know if I actually put it into this yet. I might have gone to sleep.
Is this a brand?
Oh yeah, no. If you type in commands, exclamation point commands, it'll actually give them out. Yeah, Snowy's got it.
Is this a Brandon?
I've got a lot. I haven't. I was going to type out what they actually said. I hadn't got there yet. I think is what it was. If it ever loads. Damn, Gina. You gonna do the thing? Was our website down? That would be the bullshit right there.
Our website.
It is. I need to just wipe it. I need to wipe it. I need to do a backup, wipe it all out, wipe out the database, and then put it back. Just give it a fresh.
You think that's why it's so slow?
I think that's part of it. I was just talking about the sounds.
I'm over here slowly dying.
Gotta have more cowbell. It's good listening, right? Good watching.
Yeah.
I'm actually having to copy and paste these because my keyboard is wired. Oh no. Oh no. I didn't get the exclamation point.
Failed.
Failed for the last time. You have failed me for the last time. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to turn those off.
Okay.
Because I don't want them interrupting the show more than they already have.
I just had to tell a friend, be like, hey, Go to the Dueling Ogres Twitch.
Oh, you just missed it. Oh, that was uptime, isn't it? Oh, quote. I don't have quotes.
That should be your first quote.
yeah.
I don't have quotes.
Quote what? Quote please what?
Grease it up and slide it in your nerd hole.
Yeah, that is one of our more favorite quotes, that's for sure.
I need that shirt. Although I don't feel like I could publicly wear it anywhere
I do all the time.
without getting weird looks.
Everybody seems to enjoy it.
But at some point, I'd probably be wearing it to work, and the people I work with would just look at me and be like, "Okay."
So, you need to quit being so concerned with what other people think of you, Bucky.
Yeah, but when it's my employer,
I mean, you work at a blacksmith.
yeah.
It's not exactly like they're sensitive, delicate flowers.
I mean, you don't know.
It's a pretty good assumption.
I mean, yeah, you're right, but still,
Yeah.
you don't know.
All right. Going back to space news then.
Space news.
Yeah.
Okay. That was as much as I'll do of it.
So to follow up on Bucky's space news, I'm going to drop a little bit of my own.
Ooh.
Last week we had a total lunar eclipse
Of the heart.
which was, it was a giant red moon eclipse,
Mm-hmm.
is what it was. I got the day wrong. I thought it was supposed to be the night of the 21st. It was the night of the 20th. So I tried to bust my ass to get the podcast out, and while I was busting my ass trying to get the podcast out, I missed the entire fucking moon.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And Ginger came in, she's like, "Hell, that moon was really pretty." And I was like, "What? What?" So, yeah, that was a bummer. But a space rock apparently struck the moon during the total lunar eclipse.
Okay, that's cool. I think I saw something about it, but I didn't like a headline about it, but I didn't look at it.
I love this first little bit. This is from Sky and Telescope, the essential guide to astronomy. This first little snippet. The moon got bonked by a space rock during Sunday's total lunar eclipse. Plus, 2 supernova are now visible for telescope users. Take a look.
It's Snoot got booped.
It's Snoot got booped. As if the total lunar eclipse wasn't amazing enough, one binocular observer and more than a dozen people with still and video cameras recorded the split-second flash of a probable meteoroid impact on the moon at the same time. The flash appeared west of Mare Humorum, Sea of Moisture, southwest of the crater Bergius at 4:41 UT or 11:41 p.m. EST, only seconds into totality. We don't know how big the object was, though. I've seen it described as possibly the size of a football, but it slammed into the moon within a few kilometers of latitude 29.47 south and longitude 67.77 west.
That's awesome.
And then they have a 4K video of the meteor impact, which I will show to everybody in the chat world. You can click on the link below for those of you who are listening afterward.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
I want to see this. Looks like a trailer for a movie.
Yeah.
Aliens hitting the moon.
Oh, that was it.
Where? Oh, that little bright dot? Looks like a pixel messed up on your screen?
Yep.
Huh. That is awesome.
Looks like they're playing it in a loop.
Yeah.
Just so people can 50% normal rate.
Do they zoom it? Do they zoom it anymore?
I think so.
That's awesome.
So right now they slowed it down. This is 10% the normal rate.
weird is that?
Yeah.
So cool.
It really does just look like a pixel.
Yeah. Looks like our screen is messing up. But it's not. It's something messing up the moon.
It's a rock bonking the moon.
It's getting its snoot moved.
Real-time video.
Oh, that's
at
quick.
a real fast or a real close up. Yeah, it's a fraction of a second.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Your space news was better than my space news.
only slightly. Only slightly. I think that's arguable and up for debate because some people like the idea of the space travel more than they do. Oh, I forgot to turn off the video. Hold on.
Oh no. Dang it, Ren. You had one job.
Oops.
You had an oopsie doodle there.
I did. Forgot to turn it off. Might be. So this was shot by Will Young at Claiborne Park in Southeast Texas, which shows the impact at multiple frame rates, so you can clearly see its evolution from bright to dim over 3 to 4 frames. He estimated it at a magnitude of approximately 7.
I wonder if he saw the rocket falling too.
Lunar impacts occur all the time. Part of the reason why we are safe is because of the moon protecting us from interstellar debris. And that is why
Thanks,
it is.
moon.
Yep. Thanks for taking all the shots. Thanks for being our shield.
Yeah, that's not where I was going to go after taking all the shots, but yeah.
Where were you going to go?
What makes this event so unusual are the circumstances. It happened during a total eclipse watched by millions of people across half the Earth, making it the most widely observed and recorded lunar impact ever. According to David Dunham, who has photographed 9 confirmed probable impact flashes, amateur George Varos recorded the only other possible eclipse flash on February 20th, 2008. Dunham and Varos, along with other amateur astronomers, now routinely use video cameras to capture events, especially during major meteor showers when the number of meteoroids in the Earth-Moon vicinity skyrockets. That is just another view of the dot here. Boop. Just flash that over real quick. There it is.
Yep.
Right there.
Nice little messed up pixel.
Little hand grabbing it. So yeah, very cool.
Yeah, that is a good story.
Very good science space news story.
I normally don't care about space news that much, but that was a good space news.
That's true.
I like the picture.
I like the pictures.
He doesn't like the news. He just likes the picture.
Yeah, that's fair.
I didn't go out and see the blood moon.
I was going to, and then I was like, it is like single digits out. I don't want to put clothes on. I'm laying in bed and going to sleep.
I totally forgot, honestly.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I really would have gone out without a coat on. In fact, of course, I'm wearing a coat all the time anyway. So.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Yes, I am.
He's covered in hair.
Yeah. I'm constantly wearing a wool sweater. So yeah, you got anything else?
Yeah, let me hit up one more story. We're starting to go long.
We're right at the 2-hour mark for the stream, so that'll mean about an hour and a half of podcast.
Yep. You mean you can edit out half an hour of our gold?
Yep. I can. Consistently.
Like the long silences?
Yes.
Like the part when you were just playing with Twitch commands?
Yeah.
No, we're going to leave that in.
Yeah, that'll be left in.
Now you gotta leave that in.
Now you got to see the live show, guys.
Yeah.
Netflix is working on a live-action Cowboy Bebop.
I have heard of this.
It's bringing the original creator Shinichiro Watanabe on as a consultant, as well as Thor Ragnarok
Shinjiro.
writer.
Shinjiro.
Shinichiro.
Shinjiro.
Skinny Cheerio.
Skinny Cheerio Wasabi on as a consultant. And
Wow.
Thor Ragnarok writer Christopher Yost as executive producer and pilot scriptwriter.
Nice. That was good. That was not very PC, but it was good.
What,
Skinny Cheerio and Christopher Yeats.
Oh, jeez.
So are you excited about a live action Cowboy Bebop? Because I know you're a big fan of the series.
Yes, I was a huge fan of the series. It is one of the more popular series for anime fans in general. A lot of people, when they go from their childhood love anime, whatever that happens to be, and they see Cowboy Bebop, which tends to have a much more adult feel to it.
Yeah.
And despite being like kind of futuristic, it's real gritty and it's real.
Yeah.
So it has this sense of real worldness that is that speaks to you.
Mhm.
And they cover all kinds of things like mob and drugs and loss and war. So they cover a wide range of topics. And I think that's one of the reasons why it stands on its own so very well, is that it addresses different things. It's not an anime that is specifically, I've got to work on my chakras,
Yeah.
Naruto.
So
Well,
do you think a live action version is needed?
I would say that it would be interesting to see at least one of. Oh, excuse me, sorry. This isn't the first time that there has been talk about a live action Cowboy Bebop something.
Mhm.
Night Snowy, thanks
Good
for
night,
stopping by.
Snowy.
We have for a long while had the rumor that Keanu Reeves was going to play
Spike?
yes, thank you, Spike in a live action movie. Then don't interrupt the flow, Bucky. Jeez. You just sit there and you listen and nod quietly.
I was expecting you to acknowledge what I was doing, dog.
That's
so.
because you threw me off my game.
sorry.
Of
Your
course
mouth
I'm
made
going
like
to.
apologize.
really loud mouth noises.
Yeah,
Hey,
It was
I'll
like
just sit here and shut.
that's better. You gotta put the fucking blanket over him to shut him up.
he's like a parrot.
Now I am completely off
We
my
pull that
game.
off, he's asleep.
Bucky Walker Cracker. So there has been talk about Keanu Reeves playing Spike
Mhm.
in a live action movie. That I don't know, maybe could be still under development. Who knows? Maybe he's throwing that project to the wayside to do the new Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Which I'm perfectly happy with.
Yeah, which you would prefer probably.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't think it's necessarily needed. Will I watch at least the trailer of it to see if it might be good? Sure. If it comes out and it's just fucking blow you out of the water, frame for frame remake, but in live action of the original series, I might give it a full watch just to refresh myself on the old series, or
Yeah.
to see what minor changes they might do. So it would definitely be exciting.
Yeah, it's something I'm excited for.
Cowboy Bebop, Rolling Rocks, Cowboy Bebop. We were talking about what was it again?
Netflix.
Netflix doing a live action series of Cowboy Bebop potentially.
No, in
Or
development. It's
in
happening.
development right now. Okay. So yeah, that's what we were talking about. But yeah, that's my thought on it.
Didn't Netflix do a live action version of a different anime?
They did Death Note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. How did it turn out?
From everything I've heard, terrible.
Yeah.
Everything I've heard, it's very not good.
That's the one thing about a
Double
lot of.
plus bad.
I'm not a big anime fan, but a lot of the time when you take something that wasn't originally in live action and try to translate it to live action, it's really hard to make that work.
Yeah. It definitely is. And Death Note was a little weird because I haven't watched it either, but just the trailers and stuff that I've seen, because if I remember correctly, it was voiced by Willem Dafoe, the demon in it,
In the live action
in the
version?
live action, yeah.
Huh.
And they kind of Americanized it a lot. Like the main character, the main antagonist was Light Yakami, I think it was his name, and it was, if I remember right, it was a white dude. Like
Yeah.
so we have this kind of whitewashing, and I get it, but anime fans are watching anime not to see white dudes playing their characters. They don't.
Yeah.
Anime fans don't envision those characters as white guys necessarily. Um, unless they're kind of drawn like that. For instance, Spike. I could see Spike being an American guy,
Yeah.
but he's really thin and really gaunt. So, what are we going to see? But he's also kind of tall.
Yeah.
So, who are we going to get that's really going to fit that mark, that's going to hit it right on the nose?
Willem Dafoe.
Willem, if he were younger, yeah, I would absolutely 100%. I don't know if he was in prosthetics for it. I think he was just doing voiceover. I think he was um, completely CGI in that. Although he could pull off playing a hell demon.
Yeah,
He was
seriously.
in Aquaman.
Yes, he was in Aquaman.
I didn't know he was gonna be in Aquaman until I was in the theater watching Aquaman.
Yeah.
You saw
I was
his
just like-
horrifying face.
His horrifying visage.
Ah.
Oh, it was. I was just like, Green Goblin, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Because that's the only other thing I know him from.
Oh, geez.
I know
Bucky.
he's in a lot of stuff, but that's the only other thing I've really seen him in.
Bucky, you need to expand your horizons.
I do.
Just look up anything by Willem Dafoe.
Outside the realm of the superhero
Yeah.
and blacksmithing.
So yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm just wondering who the movie's for exactly.
Yeah.
Is it for, just like with Death Note, who is it for? Fans of the anime are already going to be going into a live action movie with a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
Just when anything you like in one medium is translated to another medium, there's always that little bit of side eye you give it.
Yeah.
At least for the average person, I feel like.
Yeah.
So who is this for then? A live action Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah. That is the question. And I don't think there's a good answer to that question either.
Yeah.
Will there be people who love the anime who enjoy the series? Probably. Will there be people who have never seen the anime and enjoy the series? Probably.
Mhm.
You know, or if they drop the ball on the writing or the effects, will everybody pan it universally? Probably. You know.
Here's the thing. I ask who it's for, but I'm all for this.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen 3 episodes of the Cowboy Bebop animated series.
Uh-huh.
I really loved them, and I love the idea of Cowboy Bebop. I love the world that it's set in, and I love the characters from what I saw.
Yeah.
So I guess that's movies for me.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, they made one of Bleach, a live action one in Japan for
Yeah.
Bleach, which looked fantastic. I mean, it looked just like the anime, only live action with CGI, and it was breathtaking.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailers for
And
it.
I don't speak Japanese, but it looks like everybody was emoting well, you know? And it's kind of funny, even if you don't speak the language, you can tell if somebody is still a good actor if they're speaking in their native tongue,
Mhm.
you know, because you can tell by facial inflections and reflections that if somebody is giving it too much or not giving it enough,
Yeah.
you know. And there are a lot of anime characters that are very deadpan, that they have no emotion at all, and they talk exactly like this, and their eyes are slightly shut constantly, and it's eerie.
Yeah, it's like a trope almost.
Yeah, it is. It is very much a trope, but it's also something that really helps to move the story along or to put a point on that character,
Mhm.
saying this creepy character knows a little bit more than they're letting on, or is pointedly making you uncomfortable in some way, just to put you in an ease for the rest of the story.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why some of those exist. One Punch Man is a really good example of an anime character that is nigh emotionless because he's lost all joy in life because he can take out anything with one punch.
Is that the story?
Yes. And it's fantastic. It's an amazing anime. It's so much fun to watch. And it's fun to watch the character himself wrestle with this fact that he's like he finds no joy in what he does. He doesn't find joy in being a superhero because he just punches something and it blows up.
That sounds pretty amazing.
So there's no challenge in it for it. And he wants to be challenged.
I think you killed Bucky.
Yeah. One Punch Man too. It's kind of sad.
Or who knows? Maybe this time Netflix could have taken what they learned from Death Note and like, okay, let's whatever people didn't like about Death Note, let's not do those
Yeah.
and just try to figure it out correctly.
It's really all about getting the right writers who understand the source material and who will do it justice while putting their own spin on it.
And that's the way with a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah,
The
that's the
Assassin's
way with
Creed
anything.
movie is something I can kind of think of like that
Mm-hmm.
because it's when I saw the movie, it was very well done, but it was like the people who wrote the script had no like they were given a rough outline of the understanding of the games.
Yeah.
And the movie is supposed to take place within the game universe.
Yeah.
And they made it until like stuff like, oh, this thing that was very prominent in most of the games. Like they had no idea what it was in the movie,
Mm-hmm.
even though they totally would have known what it was.
Yeah.
And I still say that one dialogue change would have fixed everything continuity wise wrong with it.
Yeah.
But
Well, like I said, they're bringing on the original series creator and a writer for Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
So,
So it's kind of hard to go wrong with that.
mhm.
Because now who is it, Shinjiro?
Skinny Cheerio.
Yeah, Skinny
And Christopher Yeats.
Yeah. Watanabe and
Christopher Yost.
Christopher Yost. It'll give Watanabe the ability to realize maybe some stuff that he might not have been able to do in an animated format.
Mhm.
What that could be, I don't know. Maybe just better emotion out of actors.
Yeah.
Because that is kind of hard to do sometimes in animation, where you can really drive home those selling points. We've talked about this before, but I have a really bad habit of crying in animes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And it's usually in an American dub, but those voice actors, that's what they do.
Yeah.
That is their bread and butter. And they put so much emotion. They're so good at putting emotion into it, people who do voiceover for anime, that the emotion just cuts right through me whenever they're doing it. And it just slices me to ribbons. I don't cry for shit. Like, I didn't cry when any of my grandparents died, except for one. And
Yeah.
that's just because it kind of sidelined me
Yeah.
or sideswiped me. It kind of came out of nowhere that I was like, oh shit, this is a realization that has dawned on me. So, yeah, I don't really cry for much of anything.
But anime gets you.
But anime just cuts right through me. It's funny. It's very funny and slightly embarrassing.
and also not to say anything bad, but bringing on someone from a writer from something that was successful doesn't necessarily mean that this thing will be good too.
True.
Because from my understanding, they went off script in Thor Ragnarok a lot.
Thank you, Rolling Rocks. Blindsided is the word that I was looking for.
And like with Thor the Dark World, they brought on a writer from Game of Thrones to write that.
Mhm.
And it was
Not so good.
it was okay at
Mhm.
most. It wasn't the best Marvel movie,
Mm-hmm.
but it could have definitely been a lot worse. But when you watch Thor the Dark World and think, oh, the guy who wrote this was a writer for Game of Thrones, you can definitely tell he was a writer. Like you can definitely
tone
see,
was
yeah,
there.
the tone.
Yeah.
Like a couple of the mid seasons of Game of Thrones kind of shine through with the tone of or the Dark World.
Yeah.
So just saying, not necessarily bringing out a writer from something that was successful means that, like M. Night Shyamalan, he did how many successful movies? And then The Last Airbender came out,
Yeah.
and it was
What?
terrible.
I mean, that's arguable too, because you had the one with the trees, whatever that one was with
The Happening.
The Happening. Oh,
The Happening was pretty terrible.
that was really bad. What? No, Mark Wahlberg, take acting lessons. Jesus, that's fine, man. I appreciate the thought though. They've been dead now for
I
a
know him
year
too.
and a half or so. It's not really something that bothers me. Yeah. Besides, it's a part of life. We all die eventually.
Yeah.
I died a little bit ago when you punched me.
It's true. And I died a little bit every time you open your mouth. So does that wrap us up?
I think so, yeah.
If you have any questions or comments or you'd like to hear yourself on air, you can call us at 978 DU-OGRES. That's 978-386-4737. You can also reach us on Twitter at Dueling Ogres, email us at duelingogres@gmail.com, or leave a comment on the Facebook page like these nice people. Brendan, go!
So we had 2 comments this week. We had one from the incomparable Viscount Terry W. Irvin II,
Mhm.
who said, "Seems odd. You're supposed to create elaborate, unique, difficult to break passwords with numbers, symbols, capitalization shifts, etc., so that the passwords can't be easily hacked.
Mhm.
Yet it appears that is sort of futile, as the hackers go in the back door,
Giggity.
stealing passwords and more from the vendor or holder of the data, which includes the elaborate passwords."
Yep.
Yep, it's like a no-win situation. You really just got to do the best you can, I guess.
Yep. Use that two-factor authentication. Use one of those password one pass and free password or something like that. I don't remember what the actual sites were. You can go check on the previous episode. In fact, I forgot to link them down in the show notes. Now that I think about it, I'll go back and add them.
Okay.
One thing I
Yeah,
saw someone online say to do with that was the two-factor
it's a hard word to say.
Yeah,
I
you know
screw
what
it up
the
consistently.
two-factor authentication.
There you go.
Authentication.
No,
There you
just
go.
authentication.
Okay, that doesn't sound right.
It
though.
doesn't, but it's correct.
But anyway, what one person I saw online suggested to do was go like to Walmart, buy one of those cheap $20
Jump
like
drives.
junk flip phones
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
that all you have to do is put minutes on it. You don't have to make a monthly payment or anything for it. Get its
Mhm.
own phone number and like separate from your main phone that you use, and use that phone for the two-factor authentication. Don't give that number to anyone else. Use that number on that phone specifically. So like if you need to put it in for Google or Twitter or something like that.
That's not a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea at all.
Or I mean, you could.
Like put that phone
Mm.
in one place that you'd never get it out
Mhm.
unless you had to, till you still knew where it was.
The scary thing is all our identities have been stolen half a dozen times, but they haven't been used yet by chance. Yeah, and that's true. If you, I don't remember what the website was now, but there's a website where you can go to see if your data has been compromised.
Have I been pwned?
Have I been pwned? Yes, it's a real site, and you put your email in, and it lets you know if it's been utilized
and where it's been utilized from.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7 places.
Yeah.
Our other comments were from Nega Larry, who says Yoga Rim needs to see the naked pretzel pose. Go to Dueling Ogres for all your left, right, center, and fake news.
Yep. Especially
Actually,
the fake news part.
I get all my news from them. Pity me. We do, Larry. We
Yeah,
do.
we do.
He also says, I really enjoyed the laser gun
Hmm.
sound effects from the both of you.
Yeah.
Only been pwned on one site.
That's not bad, Buck.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's
I wanna
not
see
bad
what
at
the
all.
password is, though.
Make sure to subscribe on our website at duelingogres.com for
This
news.
password has been seen.
Hey, Bucky,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
trying to do my fucking
I'm
exit.
sorry. My brain stopped.
Make sure to. Oh, make sure to subscribe on our website at duelingogres.com for news shows and articles pertaining to some of your favorite geek news. Oh man, I almost have to leave it in there now because I'm giggling through the whole thing. And finally, be sure to find us on iHeartRadio, YouTube, anywhere you can find a podcast, Google Podcasts, Spotify. Still looking into that Pandora thing. Are you actually going to look into it?
I have forgotten about it pretty
Mhm.
much as soon as we finish recording.
Yeah, I bet. I have looked into it. I found it on my phone, a place to submit it.
Okay.
But I wasn't sure if it was legit. I haven't put it into the computer yet to make sure that it was legit before I started putting information in because I didn't want to get hacked, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, but hopefully, maybe, possibly, soon to be Pandora even. But we're on iHeartRadio. We're on Spotify. We are on. What's the other one?
Stitcher.
Stitcher.
Mhm.
Yeah. Most importantly, we're on iTunes,
Yes.
the most used device in all of time. Your iPhone. Oh, I know, and that's fine. I don't care if somebody who doesn't know Bucky still picks on him. This-
People do.
yeah, it's fun. Look, he's pickable. There it went. That was my brain farting, guys.
Talking about iTunes, 5-star reviews.
Yeah,
Facebook.
the most used device ever in the history of any device, the iPhone, and all of its predecessors. Head on over to iTunes and drop that 5-star review and maybe leave a little bit of a comment.
Yeah.
And it helps to boost us higher on the cool kids list.
Which means that we are seen more.
Yes. That
And
makes us much more seen.
And I'm definitely not helping that at all.
You're being seen right now, Bucky.
Unfortunately.
So that wraps us up. Until next week, Ogres, keep your clubs blunt.
And your tusks sharp.
Good night.
Damn, you were on, Bucky. That was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was real
Did
nice.
something right.
Yeah, you did a lot of things right. It was fine. Everything's fine.
I was
This
looking
is
at my phone
fine.
and my brain just completely blocked you out. I'm very sorry.
That's okay. It'll never happen again because you're going to die. Now, I'm gonna throw the music back on.
Did you see we were in the running for best local podcast?
I did. In fact, Professor Kreitz said that he had also voted for us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
What's
that's
this for?
pretty cool.
We won't
Um,
win,
What is it? MOV?
but MOV clutch.
Yeah, MOV Clutch. So if you liked us, go over, and you're local, go over to MOV. Or if you're not local, really, they don't know.
Yeah. Go
Join
vote.
join the, what is it, a Facebook group or something?
No, it's through its own website.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I can find the link for it. We can put it in the show notes and tell
Yeah.
people to go vote for us.
Yeah, go vote for us. Show everybody that we're the best ever. We're the best around. Let's keep it down. Clutch MOV. Yeah. Roland Rock, do you have a link? May chance? Mayhaps? They don't do a podcast too, do they?
Oh yeah, they do.
Oh, okay. Well then, I guess they're probably not going to share that out
Probably
unless
not.
unless they're not nominated.
What
Yeah.
podcast do they do?
Their YouTube channels. I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
if they want me to name it on here though. They probably
Oh.
won't care. Like Not saying it.
It
Got
would be
dark.
mean to you.
Yeah, everything gets dark. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Everything is dark on this podcast.
What got dark?
Yeah,
When you left.
the room got a little darker because your light fills us with love.
Ding. Local.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's in the food and drink section.
I love this one. I don't know why. Just
Have to be a
like
movie.
the vocals, the yeah, yeah. I don't know. It makes me feel funny. Funny, haha.
What would it be?
I don't know. Where would it be?
Okay. Fun and lifestyle, maybe?
I don't know.
I thought we were in the arts category.
Are we artistic? Would you call
This
this
local
art?
website.
That would not be mine. It barely loads on mobile.
Arts and culture, that's where we are.
Arts
This
and
podcast
culture.
is so cultured.
Oh, hey. Nah, you won't get put timed out for the link. You can put porn in my chat. I don't recommend it because you get blocked, but you can put porn in my chat.
Best public mural, local artist, radio station, local podcast.
Local poo casts.
Uh-oh.
Who do we have? I'm going to look.
Steals phone.
Steele's phone.
Votes for Dueling Ogres 18 times.
3Z 3Z Podcast, Beer Talk Pod, Dueling Ogres, Kapow the Pop Culture Podcast, Mile Marker 181, Raspy Voice Kids Podcast, the Eric Little High School Football Podcast.
Ha! Rolling Rocks, your guys' isn't in there. You're too big.
Too big. Well,
I don't know why I was trying to say that as an insult because it's
Yeah.
really not.
Haha, you're too successful.
yeah, way to go,
Ah.
jerk face.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You said it was raspy voiced kids?
Yeah, Raspy Voice Kids Podcast. But you said, do they do a podcast or do
Yeah,
they do YouTube?
They do YouTube and a
Oh,
weekly
okay.
podcast
Okay. I see.
under the same name. I
Hmm.
don't know if he's okay of me saying. Not like the subscribers. Anyway.
What, the Clutch site?
No.
The Clutch site looks cool, Mongoose? Or our site?
Yes.
Please lie to me.
No, it's all about West Virginia football and basketball.
Mm-hmm. If you want to go to all of our socials, people here in chat, that's all of them.
Where do I select?
Aw, thanks. We're always looking for writers. Just throwing it out there. We don't pay anything, but we're always looking for nerdy writers. You want to write a snippet about how much you like Doctor Who? Go for it. I will circulate the shit out of that.
Mm-hmm.
What about an article on how much you like cheese?
Writers, not writers. Although, I mean, if you're down to be written, I don't judge.
Where's this? There it is. I have another email too. I can log in.
Yeah, go ahead. Give yourself a plug. I don't care.
Yeah, their YouTube channel is called Blind Wave. Every week they do on Thursdays at 3 p.m. I believe they do a podcast, a live
Jesus.
podcast on
Madre de Dios.
live podcast on Twitch as well.
Yeah.
They're
That's
there. They
fantastic.
stream a lot. And
Why do I not have?
reaction videos of TV shows and other things?
Yeah. I didn't know that they did stuff on Twitch too.
He's okay. This guy's okay.
This guy's all right.
Yeah, he's
Are
okay.
you sure?
Yeah, he's okay.
I don't know.
He's an okay guy.
I'm judging you.
Why?
I don't know.
Just because.
He's an okay dude.
Just because you're here.
Everyone judges me. It's okay.
I'm not playing a game. Don't judge Bucky.
Judge all of us.
But
Just judge me. Don't judge them. They're okay too.
Nah, you can judge us. It's fine. We're terrible peoples. All right, let's pop on over to Twitch. Yeah, fuck those guys.
Aren't you married to one of them?
Our jealousy of everybody more successful than us runs deep.
Mm-hmm.
He just posts the link.
There you go.
Ban him. Ban him.
Ban.
Ban.
Exclamation point ban. Rolling rocks that kill.
Oh.
Stiff. Fangs.
We got the host.
Yes. Don't ban him. Kill him. Kill. I have a knife. One knife for each of us.
Let's invite him over here.
Yeah, go home, get some food, crash, and I gotta work tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll actually be able to work. I think we have to finish painting some things, and then we're gonna come back to Parkersburg and install them.
I'm surprised that you didn't have work today. It wasn't really a snow or
It-
anything.
No, it wasn't that. The boss and his son are sick with the flu, and the
Oh,
boss is in
gotcha.
the hospital for it.
Oh, Jesus.
So, I can make one of those now. Yeah. Hopefully it's fun. I told him that I was excited to use his power hammer that he has. And he was like, oh, no, I'm not going to let you use it. But I'm having a lot of fun doing it.
No power here, Candace. Okay, so we are going to host Wet Cilantro. He is playing Sea of Thieves right now. Dude loves me some Sea of Thieves.
What about moist cilantro?
It's wet.
Moist.
No,
Same thing.
wet.
Moist.
Cilantro.
Moist.
Madre de Dios.
Moist.
He's gone. Thank you all so much for watching,
Phallus.
hanging out, blowing up our chat, chilling for dropping the biddies.
Yeah.
Pena for the 7-month resubscribe. Mongoose for the biddies as well.
She gave you bits? Cool.
And
Mongoose, you gonna get on ESO later?
Snowy for the follow.
She's not in anymore. She gave it. I can't get up. I've fallen. I can't get up.
We're gonna drop that host. We'll see you all later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.